Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. My name's Aqua Substitute Tristan, that's Lotto, whatever you like to call me. I talk to people on the internet and I play video games. I'm a former cult member, a former Jehovah's Witness, so I try to make the safe place for everybody, but I do talk about sensitive subjects such as politics, theology, religion, and philosophy. Welcome on in. Hello, Daniel Barry. Now I just got to do all my setup. 5 years ago, after developing critical thinking skills and my own moral compass. Always happy to chat. There we go, we pin that bitch. Pins, Control C, Discord, yell at my people in the Discord. Which everybody should join, by the way. I am yelling. Let's go ahead. And then grab that. Grab that. There we go. I've done my things. Anyways, today we're playing Project Zomboid. Continuing on our extinction run. So, I don't know what I'm going to do. Either I go to bed early tonight, wake up, and then take a big nap tomorrow. Which I can't guarantee. Because I have to work at 4 p.m. tomorrow. So I'm 24 hours from now. I have to be at work. Hello, demo. I'm always good, demo. God, cat is also going well. Hi. Sleepy? What you? Oh, he's sleepy. He's sleepy all day. Long time no see to you, Soldier Rat. How ya doing? How are ya doing? Took a brief nap. I should have taken a brief nap, but I was doing stuff like all in the interim, and I have to stream because I can't stream tomorrow. So, I have to stream to keep up, like, appearances that I'm good. It also helps me from spiraling about something in my personal life. It's another reason why I do that. Other than that, I'm fine. And I'm glad that you're going to enjoy your new Orc Combat Control demo. And some paints? Oh, hell yeah. Alright. Game sees that. Good. Wonderful. Loaded. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Hi, Farline. How you doing? New Orc Codex coming out soon. Nice. Good news. I'm tired and I have to work tomorrow in the evening, and I hate that. So it's going to ruin my entire sleep schedule. Kill me. So that's why I'm streaming today, because I will not be able to stream tomorrow. My first ever Eclipse Aqua. Well, that's cool. I've seen a few of those. Don't look directly into the sun without protective shades. Where does one get the protected shades? There's a few ways to get it. But you can also like get them from like Amazon or something like that, but I'm not sure. I don't know. There's a few different places you can get it. You just need like heavy sunglasses, that's all. That's all you need. I'll probably just do something. Yeah, just let it get dark, that's all. That's all you gotta do, really. But eclipses are really cool. I've seen one that got really dark a few times. Fascinating stuff. Very fascinating stuff. Ammo Lucy, what game are you playing? I'm playing Project Zomboid. It needs to load up. But yeah, go to do Project Zomboid. I was thinking about playing Hearthstone 4, but everybody, when they come and see me playing Hearthstone 4, wants to play a game with me, and it feels bad, like saying, I'm just doing single player. Alright. Oh, right. I was going to do something incredibly dangerous. Yeah. I was going to do that. Oh, boy. When the helicopter event comes, I was thinking of using my Molotov. I have a lighter, and I have a Molotov. The problem is that sprinters exist. And the cool thing about sprinters is, believe it or not, they sprint. So, yeah. But I had an idea. This house over here has a big fenced-in area. And my character, he can keep up for a while. I also got a half-mast respirator and all that places. So, theoretically, all I have to do is keep up with the zombies that come in, really. And there's this big fenced-in area that I can theoretically use to hop over, because that's the big nullifier when it comes to zombies. We're gonna say stop. Hammer time. Stop. Hammer time. So last time we came here, there was a big old alarm that went off. Rosewood Road, my favorite. Zombies have decided to show up. Oh. Hey, Danny, how you doing? You absolute bitch. Okay, that got my blood pumping. Where did all these zombies come from? Jesus. Why are there so many zombies in here? I want to be a dad. Fair. What brought this conversation along, Philan? Jesus. Fucking Philan made me get jump scared. Philan, you can't just say, I want to be a dad, and then dip. For several weeks. To be fair, most everyone has those instincts. I'm sure your Spaniard partner wants to be a dad too. I know about most. I'd say most. Not for a while. That's fine. It's not something you want to rush into, anyways. Would Jesus vote for Donald? Like Donald Trump? You saying Donald Trump? Unlikely? Because Jesus had a very progressive view of who your neighbor was, and would find the concept of, like, booting people from the nation and hunting them down by extreme prejudice is probably not something that Jesus would have liked to do. Jesus grew up in a slaver colony. No, not colony. Slaver society. But he was pretty progressive in some ways, like that, for instance. Don't hoard it beforehand. Well, you're not wrong. Probably needs a new cat. Also, when Jesus also wouldn't like a rich man either. However, in all due fairness, not because to say, Jesus would probably want to run for himself. That was, after all, what he was executed for. I need a drink again. Be right back. Holy feck, I'm so eepy. The great Ipe. Usually people who vote for Donald, they are thinking about themselves religious, but then how they can't see that Jesus wouldn't vote for Donald. Oh, well, that's because the evangelical movement has changed Jesus from being a progressive, for his time type character into a conservative capitalist. Right? Like, the evangelical movement has turned Jesus into a conservative capitalist. Largely in part due to prosperity gospel. So their version of Jesus would definitely vote for Donald's. But, like, the biblical, like, historical amalgamation that would become Jesus, not saying that Jesus is, like, he's definitely a legendary character. Like, if he did exist, obviously not everything he did, but, like, if we're taking his stories at face value and his messages and stuff at face value, yeah, that's certainly not what he, certainly not. But, once again, like, that's, to be fair, there's precedent of turning Jesus. Is that what you are teaching in school? Do you guys study religions in school? Yeah. I mean, I'm Canadian. I'm not an American. But, like, I did study a little bit of religions in school. Most of my knowledge of religions did come from self-study, though. But my knowledge of Jesus and how the Bible operates and, like, religious knowledge is self-study, so... But you can trace a lot of, like, the evangelical movements and stuff to, like, you know, the prosperity gospel and stuff like that. Like, American religiosity is pretty easy to track. Pretty well documented, considering that America is a pretty young country in some ways. And a lot of the stuff was that. But yeah. Like, you also have to understand in America, like, what's the percentage of Christians that think Jesus is white in America? Let's see if there's, like, actual statistic for this. Percentage of Americans who think Jesus is white. Is there a poll for this? The Barna Group. Let's say AFK. You have this. Oh, absolutely. I'm just wondering if there's like a. Yeah, I don't see anything. I do know that it's a very commonly held belief there. But the point I'm trying to point out with this is that, like, it's very common for, you know, like, certain groups to just, like, change the meanings and stuff of texts. Yeah, a lot of people will say that, yes. And that just comes from the colonial era, right? And some really racist, like, stupid stuff. But yeah. And some, like, very, like, weird verses in the Bible, like his feet were white as snow in Revelation, I believe. Jesus' feet white as snow. Verse, maybe. Is Is it feet? Oh, his feet were like bronze. It's his head. It's his hair that was white as snow. My bad. His feet were like fine brass. Yeah. Eyes like fire in Revelation. It was in the right book. But, yeah. The point is that people will change these ideas and the things to fit their narrative. Because at the end of the day, Jesus' narrative ended the day Paul took over the Christian faith, and then that narrative ended when fucking, the Nicene Creed was implemented, and that a lot of that ended between the schisms and all that sort of stuff. So Jesus' narrative ended that point. People will then take that narrative to make it match whatever they want it to be. At the end of the day, it does not matter to them, so long as they are right. What do you think of the Book of Enoch and the Gospels that were removed, like the Gospel of Mary? Oh, the Apocrypha. They're neat. It's interesting because, they're kind of like layered into like 3 different levels of veracity. There's like, there's the level of veracity that's like, oh yeah, these like verses are actively referenced in other verses. Like, I forget where, but Jesus does reference some of them. And that sort of stuff. Like Maccabees and stuff like that. In some of the Gospels, like where it is written, and we see that sort of stuff. And like the Book of the Watchers, I believe, is also referenced. But there's also some that were definitely written like long after even the Gospels, which were written long after Jesus' death. Petunia Whale. I follow the teachings of Noname, who disavows worship, defines revelation as enlightenment through critical thinking, and encourages the practice of secular humanism. That's neat. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Read the information to determine what Jesus and his teachings mean. Or realize that his ideas and thinkings are completely outdated and completely not necessary for the continued existence and benefit of mankind. What color are you in? What is truth? Read the pinned comment. Jesus wasn't necessarily a bad dude, but we have certainly come far more than him in a lot of ways. But yeah, all kind of neat. There's missing parts of the gospel, that's why it's not the, and because it's deemed the early, and also because we're in the 2nd century. Well, the gospel of all this sort of stuff, like, at the end of the day, was entirely just introduced by the Nicene Creed, right? So it's just like, they wanted a specific rendition of, like, this is what we all believe. This has happened with so many different faiths, right? It has very little to do. Like it is secondary to the internal canon, because there are like parts of the Apocrypha that are referenced by Jesus, like the Book of the Watchers, that aren't in the canon Bible. At the end of the day, it's a lot of it was due to pick and choose. We should define pagan under Christianity. By that rule, was paganism under Roman administration? Pagan is just a word to demean other religions at the end of the day, which a lot of pagans have reclaimed that word to basically just mean, old faith, in some ways. Oh, there's a conga line. I'm sorry you were hurt, man. 'Tis life. Yeah. I learned a lot. Oh, fact. Sprinters, man. Pagan, I heard, has a meaning on countryside or farmer. Pretty much. It's basically... Yeah. It's basically just to discredit all other forms of faith in any way, shape, or form. To make them lesser than, let's say, Christianity. Heard of Charlie Mops? No, I have not, Harry Bomb. Good to see you. Sounds a funny name. Yeah, he's been around before. I think his name is funny on purpose. This is so fucking dumb. He's the man who invented beer. I doubt that. I doubt that immensely. Considering beer is like... We have a recipe for beer from Egyptian times. Or so we sing. Ah, fair enough. You can actually purchase beer from the original recipe that the Egyptians would have used. Is this Fortnite? No. Do I look like a 12-year-old? It's a song, fair enough. Make beer that use hops. Even then, hops beer is a lot older than Britain. But yes, it's a song. I've never heard this song. So how do I join Jehovah's Witnesses? Pretty easy. You just do a Bible study with them. Believe everything you're taught about, just like blindly. And step 3, get baptized. Call it a day.
Hey!
None of these are sprinters, right? Hey, geeks. Oh, one of those are sprinters. Hello. What are the benefits? Community. You get community. But it's a highly conditional form of community. If you ever decide that not enough for you, then you lose said community forever until you get back. I keep getting adverts for the Mormons. Do they not know that Europe is exactly the critical root of you guys with your religious centers around America? Yes, but you have to understand, they're entering their phase. Do I get church girls? You still have to work for them. Also, it's not church, by the way. They don't call it church because they gotta be fancy and do their own thing. Oh, that's neat, Phylon. It's not like you're giving that for free. Oh, cool. But yeah, no, I've been noticing Mormons are trying to enter this, like, new arc for them. Maybe after the leaders get them. From what I've heard, how old is... what's his name? Stephen Lett. Stephen Lett. How old is he? He is 77 years old. The rumor has it, this is an unsubstantiated rumor, he is apparently dating a 40-year-old. Which, you know, could be worse. It could be like a 20-year-old. But yeah. Whoever their adverts offer a free book, so how much can I sell the Book of Mormon for? Technically, you're not allowed to resell it. They've got that shit on lock. Who is Jehovah and what did he witness? Jehovah is God. And you are his witness. To witness that he is God. Mine is 9 older. Yeah. I'm just saying in terms of like cults, it could have been worse. Still, 37-year-old age gap. After after that old money. Technically speaking, Harry, as a governing body member, he's supposed to take a vow of poverty. So technically, he's not allowed to own any assets. He gets a pension when he's there. I thought Jesus is God. Oh, yeah, Jehovah's Witnesses don't believe Jesus is God. They don't believe in the Trinity. They think that Jesus is the Son of God. Jehovah is God. God's name is Patrick. Jehovah being the awful translation of the Tetragrammaton, the YHWH, more than likely supposed to be Yahweh. I just like to be a good boy. Thailand, we didn't know you were freaky like that. Oh, piss off. I guess you can call me Judy Hopps Witness. Because you worship Judy Hopps. I mean, you're allowed to. Might get a few eyebrow raises, though. Exactly. Fair enough. Well. That's on you, good buddy. one of these days. As an atheist, do you think people who believe in religion are stupid? No. Although Rilo will probably say yes. But no, I don't think so. I also think you can be rational and believe in a deity. I think it's fairly, like, it's rational, just not in the sense of, like, it's a very, very specific way to be rational. But you have to have, like, an incredibly strong backed up argument for it. Which the vast majority of theists do not have. For that one. But, like, you need, like, an incredibly strong argument for that. Like, it's not even funny how strong of an argument you need for that one. Let's go gambling. Ah, dang it. Ah, dang it. Ah, dang it. Yeah. But, yeah. The vast majority of theists are not rational with their beliefs. No. Hey, Bubbuster. For instance, I would think those that believe in, like, the Christian God are irrational. Starts to shake a little. But yeah, the idea that you, what are Mormons? Are very irrational. I would say the vast majority of theists are irrational with their beliefs. Just say that the rules is about what you say or can be not what you think. What? What did I say about that? That's a cute car. Oh yeah, the cat. Hi. I was like, cute car. Oh wait, my cat. But yeah, you need a. Right, a cat. It is not a car. No, that'd be very cruel, wouldn't it, Odin? Wouldn't you, baby? Oh yes. Does YouTube ads that advertise pretty cute get to come and say, I'll save you, see it with the free Book of Mormons? Yeah, I get them all the time, unfortunately. The cat may experience moments. Yeah. So did you sacrifice anything when you left your cult? Yeah, my family. And my friends. And my entire network of social stuff. Left 5 years ago, and since then I have not talked to my... well, it's not that I refuse to. My parents have refused to talk to me. My family has refused to talk to me. All the old friends that I've had refused to talk to me. So, yeah, I had to do that. The most theist I ever get is kind of Spinozan monist pantheism, but I don't do any kind of theism because it seems silly to believe in such a puny, dumb, weak god like in most religions. Yeah, I don't... I mean, I'm not a fan of Spinoza's god, but, like, at least Spinoza's God has, like, an argument that you can't necessarily, like, refute, but it is also kind of unsubstantiated. But at least you can't, like, directly say, yeah, you're wrong. For instance, like, you can just totally refute the existence of Yahweh because of his contradictory nature. and contradictory like statements about said creature. Like it's really, really easy to refute them. Do Jehovah's Witnesses have good tradesmen? Sign me up and get them to fix all the broken crap in my house. Sometimes. They're discouraged from doing higher education, so a lot of them do like a simple trade to sustain themselves. My dad did a lot of trades. Then again, he also got all of his schooling for free. God, I wish that were me. If a parent let their kid die by refusing a blood transfusion, should be considered a crime. It's just insane. Yeah, that's what's happened several times. And then they brag about it in their watchtower. Oh, well, actually, the Awake. They bragged about 3 specific child martyrs. That's poor mindset. Oh, yeah. But if your future wife or girl was like to marry me, you have to believe in my religion as a Catholic? Absolutely not. Bye. Bye is all I'd say. Heck, there are only very few times where I've, like, attempted to date a religious person. See, what would you, the likelihood of looking into let's see, what would the likelihood of looking into vehicles would be? Sorry, run that by me again, geeks? Kinda, some of them drive me crazy. I'm not Latino. Bye, man. I do not find being driven crazy to be hot. Any marriage started by an ultimatum is not going to end well. Yeah. Dude! I forgot. Oh, seedling. Looking into vehicles would be? Yeah, you might be able to find some that would be pretty odd. Luke chapter 10, verse 21. Catholic is a real church. Atheists don't exist. Guys! I don't exist! Ah! Apparently, I don't exist, guys. You have a wrong set. What do you say is not common? Oh, yeah. So, please tell me, Luke chapter 10, verse 21. I'm just going to call you Luke. How I do not exist. Please make your assertion of how I do not exist. Please back up that statement. Liars exist. Oh! Am I a liar now? Why do you assert that I'm lying? Luke, what is your assumption and why do you assume I am lying? Because that is probably one of the more presumptuous statements I've heard in a little bit on this channel, actually. Atheists don't exist, therefore you lie. Atheists don't exist. Why can't they exist? Why is it impossible for them to exist? I love non-existing, by the way. Hell yeah. Same. a big fan. You bastard! You did not see me. There's two of them. And there was another. Are you gay? Yeah, so, yeah, good question. That doesn't answer my question, so I'll answer, are you gay? But by first answering, how is it possible that atheists, like, can't exist? Like, it's impossible for them to exist. I imagine corner, dark room, mumbling paranoid phrases as atheists don't exist times 2 times 3. Yeah. I don't think atheists don't exist, but yeah, maybe there's some nearly all people are part of some self-immortalizing project. Yeah, I don't think so. We are flesh, we are life. We will die. Nothing is real, forgot to take my meds, therefore you all just part of my imagination. I mean, that's okay, Tommy. There's no better way to know what's real and what's not real by forgetting to take your meds. But yeah, Luke, how is it possible for atheists to just simply not exist? Pride and liars exist. Yeah, okay, I agree with that. But that still does not answer the question of how it is impossible for atheists to not exist. With being gay. I don't have meds. May I suggest you get some? But yeah, that still doesn't answer my question. I will, like, answer the question of if I'm gay or not. As soon as you answer my question, how it's impossible for atheists to not exist. Someone called the mental asylum, they lost a patient. Nah, this is just your brain on religion. Gays have pride and lie about being an atheist. That still doesn't answer the question about how atheists can't exist. That still doesn't actually answer it. Are all gay people atheists in your opinion, Luke? What gay has to do with being an atheist? Yeah. Wait. Wait, are giraffes, like, pretending to be atheists? Luke, lock the fuck in. We gotta know if he's gay. Yeah, Luke, you gotta answer this question so Harry can know if I'm gay or not. I need to know the answer. Apparently Carl Sagan was gay. Is being, like, a prerequisite to being an atheist being gay? I have to know. Like, we went from, like, hey, atheists don't exist because pride and liars exist, and now because gay people exist, and gays are prideful and liars. Like, ignoring the fact that this is all horrible, like, and incredibly homophobic, like, ignoring that fact, that still doesn't answer the bloody question. So, Luke, how is it possible, like, for the existence of atheists to be impossible? Same premise, gays don't exist? Evidently. Luke, lock in! Some gays don't lie. Okay, that doesn't matter. Luke, answer the goddamn question. Please. And an atheist, Rila. Actually, so much of an atheist that they're like an anti-theist. I'm not scared of any gays, homophobic, and doesn't exist. This guy thinks. I can't tell if this guy is like, the problem with theists is you can never know if they're trolling or not. By non-existence, do you mean you just don't like them? Like, if you don't like, for instance, like, I don't know, like broccoli, does broccoli cease to exist then? Because I'm noticing a trend here. Like, it's like, thing you don't like equates to something that doesn't exist. So does broccoli not exist? What else do you might not like? Oh, like, I don't know, democracy? Keep road home locked with no phones? Yeah. Unrestricted internet access he should not have been given. Unless it is restricted, in which case, how the fuck did he find me? He takes the mentality of, if I can't see it, it doesn't exist, and covers his eyes. So what you're telling me is that Luke is an ostrich. Are you a random phrases generator, Luke? Women don't exist. Yeah, there's the troll. Gay men act like women. Yeah, now we know they're a troll. Anyways, Rila, you can get rid of him. He was fun. Until we now know that he is actually a troll. It was only fun when I didn't know if he was a troll or not. I didn't actually know. That's the worst and best part about certain theists. But I'm sorry for you, Harry Bum. As a consolation prize, I will let you know if I'm gay or not. I'm not. I don't even feel offended, I'm just confused. Ah, it's a troll. Did you know if you're gay? No, don't worry, I offered you a consolation prize, Harry. I am not gay. Much to everybody's chagrin. Luke wanted to date you, Aqua. Wait, that must mean I exist because he likes me. If he wants to date me, that means he likes me. And if he likes me, that means I exist. But I'm an atheist, so how can I both exist and not exist at the same time? People like Luke is the reason why my therapist needs a therapist. Oh, yeah. Homophobic doesn't exist. That's why you exist? Yeah. God. That is a really sad existence if my entire existence is to be lusted after by someone that stupid. Might as well just end it now. Overcame the non-existence of atheism, yeah. Well, that got me chuckling. Like, I'm laughing now. Like, got me awake a little bit. Can we get more, like, stupid-ass theists in the chat? Please? Honestly, that one was funny. Oh, it was pretty funny, yeah. It stopped being funny the moment you knew that they were a troll, but it's like, ugh. It was only funny because like you're just sitting there like I could see a Christian saying this. That's the problem. Like that's the problem with trolling, like pretending to be a theist. Is like you know that they will legitimately say something that dumb. And he could be for real. Yeah, exactly. It's like I could honestly see that happening. Pray and it will be delivered. For example, I got a role in an adult film. I'm the husband leaving for work though, so be specific. I mean, is the paycheck good? I'd do it for that. Like, I'd start an adult film as a cock husband. If it meant I got good money. I don't care. Yeah, the Codex Astartes. The Codex Astartes from Warhammer, Harry. I literally can't believe anything from them. Yeah, that one's pretty notorious. Oh no, young German boy, don't read that, the Black Templar Codex. Oh, why? The Codex Astartes is a bunch of bullshit. That one was the inflection point for my sanity. No, don't join the Black Templars! Yeah. We're gonna incessantly make Banhammer 40k jokes. Hell yeah. No, little German boy, don't join the Black Templars. Oh, wow, the Codex Astartes is a bunch of bullshit. And I have Gwen, so there would be lore accurate jokes. Oh, yes. You just doing other stuff? It's fine. Even in debt, I serve. What is it? Ever since I felt the weakness of my flesh, it disgusted me. I crave the certainty of stealing. Sounds like a MAGA tagline? Yeah. I mean, Gwen, you could talk about the Daemon Copula. Louis Fennel, hello! How you doing? My name's Uncle since you're new here, gonna do my little spiel. My name's Uncle Substitute9, Tristan, that's the little, whatever you like to call me. I talk to people on the internet and I play video games. I'm a former cult member, former Jehovah's Witness, so I try to make this a safe place for everybody, but I do talk about sensitive subjects such as politics, theology, religion, and philosophy. Welcome on in. And I also have YouTube chat open, which can sometimes provide an experience. Why does a daemon have a cocula? Quite a bit. I'm atheist, agnostic, anti-theist, and sometimes even mesotheist. But I'm wondering how you think the universe began and how do organisms become conscious? Yeah. My current understanding, based on, like, the physicists are saying, is that the universe probably never had a beginning. Like, stuff in some way, shape, or form has just always existed in some way, shape, or form. Also, have a good night, Tommy. You're always good. So the universe is probably, at least based on from our understanding of physics. But then again, we just don't know. So the true answer to your question is I don't know. But a lot of physicists right now, their best understanding is never had a beginning. And consciousness is just a way of parsing data. So life, like, has evolution playing on it, right? So the start of how life began is through abiogenesis. And then once that single life takes over, then, you know, different pressures form it to go. And what's really good for, you know, a single-celled organism and a multicellular organism is the ability to parse data. Because, you know, think about what's happening all the time around us. So, even something like a bacteria, whilst, you know, the nature of consciousness, I probably wouldn't say that it's necessarily consciousness, but it has like a proto-form of consciousness in the ability to be like, this is food, this is not food, right? This is food, this is not food, blah, 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 blah. And the ability to parse that data, to hunt, and to do that starts at like the simplest single form of life. And that idea to parse data, the ability to like distinguish things from other things, became more sophisticated over time through the process of evolution. As such, we get that. Well, that can be under debate. Oh yeah, absolutely. The nature of consciousness still eludes us. But that's probably, well, consciousness probably just is, at the end of the day, chemical receptors. Highly tuned. Right? Highly tuned chemical receptors. Right? With bigger and bigger, like, parts to associate doing more and more complicated parsing of data. So basically, from what I understand, and like just evolutionary theory, just the idea of just being able to parse data and that system being influenced by evolution just keeps getting better and more sophisticated over time. Eventually leads to us, where we can parse a lot of data and parse really complicated ideas very well. We're also not the only ones of our kind. We're not also the only human to have ever done that too. So, yeah. I have no reason to believe that consciousness is something metaphysical, but rather just an extension of physical understandings, just getting more and more complicated. Vice, for example, are a funny thing because cannot and don't depend on food or resources. Yep. They are a funny little thing. Alright. Am I able to loot someplace new today? We will find out. Stay tuned. Then again, also, I think most, like, metaphysics as a whole, in terms of, like, philosophy, are kind of, like, bullshit. Have you watched any anime recently? No. I have not. Chicken egg salad. Which one? What was the last one that I watched? This isn't an anime, but I'm watching My Adventures with Superman. It's heavily based on a lot of anime tropes. Pretty fun, pretty cute. Very simple. Have you heard of, even by brain, have you heard of sea squirts? Not off the top of my head. Maybe in passing. Sea squirts. Sac-like marine invertebrate belong to class Psittaceae and subphylum. like a sea sponge. Neat. When they find a proper place to stay. Yeah, which once again kind of shows like like that just goes to show that like they're working on different wavelengths because like you remove our brain because we know that's where our consciousness relies. Like our consciousness does rely on our brain, right? And obviously they'd like their brain in to do things. Develop abstract ideas. Is move or survive, not develop abstract ideas. Well, maybe their brain, right? There certainly are some brains, but like it's also to we also use brain to like move things around too. Like not just move things around, but also develop abstract ideas. Like even like not even ideas, but just like I said, it goes as simple as just parsing data. Right? Yes, the chemical receptors are the thing telling the bacteria this is food, right? And then go hunt it down and eat it. But I would argue that those chemical receptors are just a function with its brain, right? Like it's just like that is the most proto-brain thing you get. Like that is like the most simplest form of brain you will have. Because my arguments, along with a few other like scientists, biologists. Why did I say evolutionists? Is the idea of just parsing data, being able to navigate our world, which is in line with the idea just to move from point A to point B. But I would go so far. I would say further more than that is to navigate. Oh, something's in my way, then I go this way. So on and so forth. We see that even with like certain bacterial cultures. We could be like other species. Well, that's also because we hit a critical mass too. Right? And in that sense, we're a fairly unique thing. There was a lot of things that had to go right for us to be able to hit that critical mass, which was us, being with evolution. It wasn't until after we hit that critical mass that we started going against it. Yeah. The brain is also like a very specialized. Are you serious? I guess I'm not going in there. most of about us, we can develop more advanced features in the future. Oh, I. Oh shit! Y chromosome is disappearing. Yeah, I've seen some talks about that too. Holy crap. 2 sprinters. That sucks ass. Yeah. Okay, how far away is this zombie to hear that car alarm? That's so dumb. There are certainly ways we can envision, and the more we understand our biology. But yeah, the point I try to make with my understanding of how what consciousness is just the ability to parse data. We just tuned it to such a point where went to such an absurd degree. For instance, the ability to, move is, a fundamental part of life, too, right? But some creatures have developed a certain type of movement to such an absurd degree that it makes everything else look, stupid. The old abiogenesis happened by accident. Oh god, shipping up live is returned. So what do you mean by accident? Have a good one, Paraceline. Because I hold accident to be something that was intended, there was an action that was intended, and then did not happen that way. So, by definition, abiogenesis was not an accident. Because there has to be an intention. Unless you want to use an idiosyncratic definition of accident. Well, to be fair, Relo, abiogenesis is not, simple. How did life from non-case happen? So, yeah, life needed, so from non-life happened. So, yeah, the basics, the gist of it, very simple, right, is that the building basic laws of life are like protein, right? And like that can build RNA and eventually DNA. So these proteins are naturally self-assembling, right? Same as how when lithium comes into contact with water, when these proteins come together, they naturally start to self-assemble and self-work together, as with just lots of these things. Now, what happens is you just get enough of those proteins together, they start naturally assembling, chemical reactions going over time. Of course, I'm like hyper simplifying it, but over time, the cool thing is we have found more than enough proteins. How is the first cell formed? Has that been replicated in the lab? We have replicated some of that stuff. What was it? 2023? We did something like that? We showed that. Was it in 2023? Zinch did it. Why are men so feminine now? So it's fucking annoying. Why? What do you consider to be feminine? Abiogenesis has not been proven. Well, by definition, theories don't get proven. It's not a hypothesis, it's a theory. But if you're going to say in a colloquial sense, then yes, abiogenesis has been very, very proven. Every white guy is a woman. I think I've made a little bit of category error. Wrong. Not a theory, still in a hypothesis stage. It's not in a hypothesis stage. Shipping. Not the racism. Hey, it's fine. It's against white people. It's fine. Gay. Not quite. Is best described as a broad scientific field of study containing multiple competing rather than a single fully proven scientific theory. There's a lot more, and was true 40 years ago, shipping. That is not true now. It is now firmly in the realm of like complicated chemistry. Like firmly in that realm. Like firmly. Schnitzel. I are gay. You are gay. How to truly become an atheist and not have constant unwanted but what if fear of hell that is basically tormenting my soul every day? Well, that's a good question, Koki. We've had 70 years and still no theory. Once again, you were right 40 years ago. You're still wrong. You're wrong now. You're wrong with our current understanding. I would suggest actually researching the papers instead of looking at answers in Genesis as your source of information. But yeah, Koki, that's a naturally hard thing to do, especially when it's an ingrained thought. When something is that ingrained from childhood, it's really hard to shake off just in general, right? It's just a naturally hard thing to naturally shake off. It's the same reason why it's hard to shake off phobias. Like, you know, I have a really intense fear of heights. I have an intense fear of, like, open ocean and stuff like that. These are pathologies. One of the best things you can do is recognize the difference between your thoughts and worm thoughts, like worm parasite thoughts. Like, is this thought coming from me, or is this thought coming from indoctrination? So that's one of the things, is try to figure out the difference between those two. That it helped me, at least. We had multiple thinking that magic and we were getting crazy by a few decades. No nova, no solare. But yeah, like, once again, like, I can smell the answers in Genesis thinking, because, like, once again, this is not coming from, or the creationist museum or whatever. This is not coming from our new understanding, right? Part of the reason why abiogenesis has several different models is because, like, any one of these models could have happened. Right? Because it's like, which model of these actually happened on Earth? And that is going to be, like, ridiculously hard to prove. But, like, all of these models could be true. Like, every single one of them. That's the whole point. It's like, which one of these models works, right? It started as, like, the genetic soup, and it's become a lot more complicated, a lot more sophisticated. It seems to get better as I get older, but man still has cause steam. Seems irrational. It is irrational. And I'm not saying that as like a dig at you. I get irrational thoughts all the time. Right? But once again, parsing that idea in your head, being like, is this from me or is this from, like, my child me, will help a lot. Holy shit. There's a whole party in here. Oh, did shipping... But it is, isn't it? I am being irrational, damn it. Listen, everybody becomes irrational at times. Irrational thoughts are trolling people on Minecraft? Yup. I get irrational thoughts too. Everybody will get irrational thoughts. Everybody gets those. Doesn't matter how rational you pretend to be, you will get irrational thoughts. It takes training to think rationally. We naturally are irrational creatures. Right? We naturally are. This is something that, because it was a good survival tool. But that doesn't give us any closer to, like, actual understanding of how things work and operate. Oh, it was a Christmas party. Oh no. Good luck, Rila. But yeah. Like, abiogenesis is like, is our strongest understanding of how things work. It's just which model is correct. That is, like, ridiculously hard to, like, be able to go without a shadow of a doubt. But abiogenesis, the process of how it would have started, like, very strong. That's how we got here. So much training. Yeah. It's the same as how it takes training to think critically, too. It takes training to think critically. It takes training to think using the scientific method. It takes training to think well. right? It's not something we naturally do. That bitch is grounding me with facts and logic. And rational thinking. Oh, hell yeah. As she should. Very scary. Being harassed in my own private domicile. Come into the window, please. Not the door. The window. The window. 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 Fuck! Oh, hell yeah. Thanks for the whiskey. Okay. Well. Nothing there. I want you to check out this crack house. Look at this. It's a crack house. Sure. The crack house was as interesting as I thought it was going to be. Nothing inside. Ooh, it's open. Shit. Oh, cheap sunglasses. Oh, right. I wear glasses. Free. Shit. Why? That's bullshit! Hi, J-Man. Okay. I hate how the sprinters Naruto run. Alright. Well, in some ways, I guess it's a treasure because it'll pull all the zombies out. Yes, hello. I should at least say hi before immediately vomiting my religion to all of you. It's okay, Koki. Like, this is the place of healing. Like, this is a safe place for any religious people, honestly. Like, yes, I focus on Jehovah's Witnesses, but, like, this is a safe place for all atheists. Like, one of the things that people don't realize when it comes to, like, atheism is, like, throughout the vast majority of history, atheists have not been allowed to exist. It isn't only in the past couple hundred years where it's actually been, like, something that's, like, somewhat acceptable. And even then, in a lot of places on Earth, you can be killed for it. Granted, you can also be killed for, you know, thinking the wrong religion in that place, but atheism is, like, one of the default wrong things that a lot of places have had throughout history. Even Plato was tried for being an atheist. So, yeah. This is a safe place for these people. It's just another reason why I don't like when people preach in my chat or pray for me in my chat. It's because, like, I do not care for your magical spells. Like, I don't care. Like, it's not helping, it doesn't help us. Like, I'm glad that it helps you, but it doesn't help us. And is that tea in the bottle? The AC works good. I haven't actually needed it for a few days, which is nice. And it's not tea, it was peach drink. That's bullshit. You did not see me. There was a that said, I'll pray for you. Cool, I do not care for you. I do not care about magical spells. Oh, there's another one. Yeah. You seem to think that I'm under the assumption that if they're hot or pretty, that my opinion of them changes. No. My opinions of people do not change based on how attractive they are. My opinions shape how attracted I am to a person. Not the other way around. Yeah, how attracted I am is to a person is dependent on how much I like them already. Not demisexual, but like as close to demisexual as you can get without being demisexual, I think. So what if there was a super duper cute and she said, I really want to date you or even marry you, but you need to be part of my family religion? No, absolutely not. It's like, it's fucking really weird to say on our, like, who starts a conversation like that? I just sat down. Who starts a conversation like that? I just sat down. Like, I wouldn't mind necessarily dating someone who is religious, so long as they recognize that I'm like, I am not religious. And if we were to have kids, they would be raised in a way that they choose their religion at 18, if they choose it all. Oh no, a huge part of it couldn't be anyone. Let's marry, yeah. I mean, to be fair, that is the Christian way of doing things. Because pretty, yeah. Once again, like, even if, like, I was the type to be like, yeah, how pretty someone is informs my opinion of them. That's not, like, yeah. Like, for instance, and this is something, like, I wouldn't even say to my ex, and I'm not saying this in a disparaging way, like, at all. Like, at all. Like, when I first, like, met my ex, I didn't see her as conventionally, like, super attractive. And that's fine. Like, that's not the point. The point is that I fell madly in love with her, and then she became the most beautiful woman in the world to me. And that happens with pretty much all the people that I do long-term relationships with, is the more I like someone, the more physically attractive they become. So much so that it informs how I think other people who look like that person are pretty. Right? Or more attractive physically. That's Richard doesn't see me, right? Look at him go. That makes sense. I feel like it should be like that regardless of that initial attraction. Oh, well, for me, it's like, it hardly matters when I'm looking at people, like, especially in a romantic sense, like I'm like, I just care about, like, you become more physically attractive the more I, like, physically like you. Like, literally to the point, like I said, that it influences all other thoughts. So, for instance, with my ex, one of the things that I have to figure out was kind of like deprogram a bit, which still working through the fact that, like, she is the most attractive person on the planet to me. Joe's witnesses into the cults, and yet you're wrong, Yin Yang. You've come in here earlier and said the same thing, and we have said many times as to why you're wrong. You've said this before. We showed how you were wrong last time, and yet you still wish to keep saying that in my chat. Me thinking that they do not listen. Okay, man, God doesn't like you anymore. Oh no! A fictional character doesn't like me anymore. Whatever will I do? I like, honestly, like, what am I supposed to do, guys? A fictional character doesn't like me anymore. Guys. Oh man. Not even like a good fictional character. Like, if someone said Spider-Man doesn't like you, if, like, someone said Spider-Man doesn't like you, that might hit me. But, like, Yahweh? You mean the guy who genocides? Oops. Not scared of that. Says God is not real, wants to play video games of killing people. Oh. These are not people. These are zombies. I can't wait to give Jesus a hug. I don't think you're gonna get one. Not because you're bad or anything, but just because, like, I don't think there's anything left of Jesus to hug you with. And I don't think being hugged by a corpse is a fun time. In fact, I think that's, like, a fear that most people would have. That's a key on the ground there. Do you see Christianity as a cult? Not as a whole. Honestly, saying God isn't real doesn't mean anything. Some things are true whether you believe in them or not. Funny you should say that, because usually that is based on our objective knowledge and of objective understanding, right? So, you are absolutely right. Some things are the case, whether or not people believe them or not. For instance, that the Earth is round. And why do we think that the Earth is an oblate spheroid? Well, because we've got evidence for such a thing, right? Unfortunately, the evidence for God is fallacious, unreasonable, ridiculous, or downright absurd. Unless you've got some new argument that I've never heard of before. Or God just becomes an inconsequential force. Evidence of God is humans. No, what evidence do humans provide that God exists? Anecdotal evidence is like one of the weakest forms of evidence. You know this, right? Check Discord when you can. Yeah. Hey, CM, how you doing? Humans are proof there is no God. I love when Germans just like go full Nietzsche. Humans are demigods. Why are all animals different than humans and all the animals animals? Humans are animals. Humans are animals, yin yang. We're specifically great apes. Our cousins being chimpanzee, bonobo, gorilla, orangutan. Genetics proves this. Without a shred of doubt. They are not, OMG. Okay, if you were an ape, then I'll put you in nature. This is nature. Animals are limited capabilities compared to humans. Really? Can humans fly by themselves with no assistance? Well, then that must mean that humans are limited compared to birds. What about breathe underwater? Right? What about breathe underwater? I guess humans are pretty limited to fish. No animals can do that? Yeah, and there's plenty of things that animals can do that we can't. So one thing used by Christians is that nature in itself points to a creator. View Natural Theology by William Paley for a nice one. How do you counter that? Oh, easy. Nature is the exact opposite of proof, considering everything arises by a naturalistic means. Pretty simple. Humans have planes and submarines. Oh wow! How long did were we just less capable than animals for the 100,000 years that we existed? Were birds and fish just better than us for 100,000 years because we couldn't like make machines that do what they do? Having a higher intelligence, sure. I will say that we have a higher intelligence. It's not, oh wow, it's incredible and proof of God. No, it's not. Hey, did you know that our eyes have a separate immune system than the rest of our body? Because if our regular immune system detects our eyes, it will try to kill our eyes. Does that seem like evidence of a creator? What about, like, you know, cancer? Does that seem like evidence of a creator? And 50% of our population can get cancer. Like, at very least 50%. Does that seem like creator? I mean, if you want to say that, then your God is a dick and actively promotes the suffering of creatures. Of course, that goes contrary to what we know to be the case. At some point, yeah. 100% of... yeah, I'm talking about those stuff that sticks around. Not enough to kill you. Well, most of the time our immune system catches it and kills it. People are mad as image of God. God has scoliosis just like me. Yeah. So, it's not enough time to kill you, true? But yeah, like, I don't know what God is or isn't, but God is real. I do not know what something is. I do not know what something is, but I assert that it is real. Is like the weakest form of evidence I have ever heard. Like, that is by far the dumbest and saddest sense of... Why is Mr. Beast on my fucking thumbnail frightful? I'm going to give you the poop-colored rule of wrongness. But yeah, that is like the saddest attempt at trying to reason your way into God's existence. Is saying, I don't know what is, or I don't know any of the properties of this thing, but it's real. are living proof of God, so I can't help you if you can't see that. And we're giving you evidence as to why it's not. Do you think that evolution isn't real? We were literally just talking about abiogenesis earlier. But before we even get to abiogenesis, do you think evolution is a real process? Because if you don't, then you're deluded, and you need to do more research. No animals compared to humans? Depends on what metric you use. In terms of intelligence? Yeah, probably not. Probably not. But, like, compared to everything else, there's plenty of things that animals do better than humans. Like, that's a stupid-ass argument. I agree with your assertion. You need to have logic. Like, sure, you may believe in the right thing, but you need to express to others why you believe it. Sure. And also, prove it, like, just because... And remember the nasty truth about logic. Logic is used to help us identify what is true and what is not, but it is not the sole source of understanding. Sentience as well. They don't have the ability to have free will. They can't sin. So, I don't believe sin exists. So, moot point. Sentience as well. They don't have the ability to have free will. Is free will entirely tied to sentience? Because that feels like a problem. Human nature is sinful, not animals. I deny sin exists. I even say that as a person attending a conservative Christian college and grew up in an independent fundamental Baptist church when they scream like crazy. I believe it's possible to be rational and believe in a God, but the arguments I've seen for God do not convince me. Especially not ones for like a specific like theistic God. The only ones that are like somewhat levels of I understand are like deistic. Yes, it does. Humans do terrible things in the devil's energy of evil. Wow. Assertion built on assertion, built on assertion, built on assertion, built on assertion, built on an assertion, built on an assertion, built on an assertion. I deny sin exists, and you say, it does, because we do things. Humans have done terrible things with evil energy. What is evil energy? Animals can't do that. Animals can do crappy things to other animals. Ducks rape, like, corpses. So do a lot of animals. Is it more logical to believe in atheism? Depends. Am I comparing deism or atheism? Deism or atheism? I think you can be equally as logical. Atheism versus like specific sets of theism, like God. Yes, it is more logical because the arguments for like, let's say Yahweh or Allah or Vishnu are all fallacious and dumb. What is your view on virality? Is it subjective to the person? Yeah, morality is a subjective thing. Morality is a mind tool that we use to work together. It's a mind tool. I don't have to tell you already know you're a human in the image of God. An assertion built on an assertion, built on an assertion, built on an assertion, built on an assertion, built on an assertion. Yin yang, you just say stuff. Saying stuff does not equate to, like, knowledge. You know this, right? As you said so yourself. Like, just because you believe in things doesn't make them true. We back that up with evidence, and so far your evidence has been shit. Also, hi, Vaxty. Is it subjective to kill innocent lives? That's a category error. That's a very bad category error. Like, that's a category error. Right? Is it subjective for this action to happen? Is what you asked. Right? Actions are not necessarily a subjective thing. I walk with the Holy Spirit. An assertion on assertion. I don't believe you. Materializes into existence? Yeah. Was he wrong? You were pivoting. No, that's not what you said, shipping it. You said, is it subjective to kill innocent lives? You didn't say anything about it being wrong. Shipping it. You made a category error. I guess as a follow-up to what shipping it, what do you mean by innocent lives being a category? Well, it's a category error because it's like trying to conflate, is this action subjective? Right? Right? Is me rolling this dice subjective? That's what he asked me. Like, eventually, that's what Shipping It Live said. Now, if he had asked, is it wrong to kill innocent lives? Then yes. Yes, it is. In fact, that's like literally one of the definitions of evil that I use. Always the ones that allow it? Yeah. Assertion based on assertion based on assertion. It must be objective? No. Hey, do you believe, like Shipping It Live, the problem is that theists also believe in subjective morality. Like, Christians believe in subjective morality. Actually, you don't get to decide morals since you are an animal? Yes, I do. Because we're the only ones who are here to get to know what morals are. No one else is around to know what morals are. And even if they did tell us what morals are, that's still a subjective thing. For instance, if you believe God is the thing that grounds, your morality, that's still subjective. Because it's within the perspective of God. Animals love to kill, so do we. Do you eat burgers? Do you eat chicken nuggets? We love to kill all the time. We kill all the time. Oh, 100 stream streak, hell yeah. Brought up the whole, I apologize. Anyway, do note that the God of the Bible has endorsed killing through though context is key. Oh, I'm well aware. I've read the Bible many, many times, Gio. Many, many times. You aren't an animal, you're a human in the image of God? No. I'm sentient human in the energy of God. You're vegan. Okay. You still kill bacteria. You still kill plants. Plants are life. You kill tons of plants every day. Plants are life. You kill every day. Like, even as a vegan, you kill every day. People have real outrage because it is inherently wrong. That's not true. Otherwise, that would mean that people will always react that way, regardless of the circumstance. If that were true, things like Nazi Germany wouldn't exist. If that were true, things like, all these horrible reigns would not exist. So, yeah. Plants are food. They don't have a nervous system to feel pain or sentience. They're still a living thing. We kill them. Like, and I'm not saying it's like, I'm not trying to do this as a debunk of veganism. Cool that you're a vegan. I wish, like, more, like, that was a common enough thing that everybody was able to do. And more people were able to do. But, yeah. I want to thank you for giving me how I also appreciate your openness to comments. Oh, I always try my best. I always try to answer as honestly and openly as possible. Who can do what they want within the context of society and the people that you have to work with, shipping it live. Like, shipping it, you do realize you also have all the other apes around you. That's the point of morality. That's why we made morality. Was because, yeah, having apes, having us these apes doing whatever the fuck they want, can, you know, be completely detrimental to our species. Plants don't feel pain. Doesn't matter. They're still a living thing, yin yang. You're missing the point. You still kill them. You still kill them. Doesn't matter. There's still life. You kill every day. Not wrong, just a different opinion. They're wrong within the context of the society and the goals that we created as a society. Now, let's say, let's look at the Nazi society, for instance, right? The KKK is going to be right from their point of view. Racist bigots, because the goal of their society is in line with the goals of the KKK. So, but their ideas are completely delusional. Plants don't die, they are consumed as energy. Well, then the same thing happens with animals. Yin yang. So we're animals. Why do societies disagree with Hitler? Maybe objective morals do exist. No. Because Hitler's moral standards and ideas conflict with the goals that the societies around them agreed upon. They go anathema to those goals. Was clearly deranged? Yes. He was completely deluded. Even within his own framework, he was deluded. Which is why his tool, his moral tool, is crap. But at the end, that's why I will say his moral tools were absolute shit. Hitler was over here with the task of building a house, and he used fire to try to do that. Did all societies agree, or was objective morality built in? Do all societies agree? No! They did not agree. The fact that the Nazis exist that disagreed with plenty of the other societies show the subjectiveness of that nature. Like, you're literally showing exactly how objective morality was not a part of the thing whatsoever. Like, you are exactly showing that. Right? You were exactly showing that. Like, quite literally. You have fallen for the worst and easiest bait that I could have ever put out. Like, I'm hardly even thinking this and I'm running circles around you. Is it outside of the norm? No. No. They agreed that he was evil. Not about it outside the norm. They agreed that the goals for their society were inherently harmful. And do not work with the existence of their societies. agreed he was wrong? No. Why do you keep asserting objectively? How is that objective, shipping it live? How is that objective? How is that a stance independent thing? Some of them did say he was possibly right. That's why they joined with him. How is what you said? How did they come to a stance independent thing that together agree he was wrong through a stance independent method? Stance independent. How is that how is your previous statement stance independent? They would have died with him? Maybe, maybe not. Depends on how many joined with him. But that proves once again my point, because that's a stance dependent point of view. Clearly they did not believe as he did, which is a stance dependent point of view, which is subjective. Let's cut through the bullshit, work through this. Stance independent versus stance dependent. Like, saying clearly they did not believe as he did is exactly saying that's a stance. Was he subjectively wrong? Yes. Yes. God's energy? What energy does God have? God has super low dick energy. They're like, I hear my child be gay to crimes. Oh, hell yeah, geeks. Yes. So Nazis are wrong. Not wrong, I see. That is not what I said. Once again, literally. Like, not what I said. Okay, shipping it live. I'm going to give you an allegory to explain and hopefully get through your brain. I know it's going to be really hard because, you got a Bible right there protecting yourself from any critical thinking. But let's do this. And now I'm Darth candidates. Yeah. They just have differing opinions. That's what subjective means. But let's work through this, right? Morality is a mind tool. What are tools? Tools are things that assist us from living our day-to-day life, right? That's just how tools operate, right? Tools are there to assist with the completion of a goal, right? To make a goal easier and so on and so forth. Morals are a form of mind tool to make, cohabitation easier with each other, right? As such, if you don't, as a society, have the same goals, there's going to be conflict or a separation between them, right? That's just the nature of how that works. Trying to figure out what objective morality is like asking, what is the objective best hammer? No such thing. There's no such thing as the objective best hammer, right? It's situational, stance dependent, and dependent on the goals that you as a society are trying to do, right? So, let's say me, shipping it live, Rila, Yin Yang, we're coming here to build a house, right? As a society, we're trying to build a house, right? Now, I come in with my hammer, come in with a screwdriver, come in with a saw, come in with the tools that we normally see a carpenter have. Shipping it live, you come in with the same things. Rila comes in with the same things, but Yin Yang, he comes in with a rock. He's got a rock. Just a rock that he can hold into his hands. So, We go up to him and say, why did you bring a rock? He's like, well, there's no such thing as an objective best hammer, so I brought a rock. Right? Shipping it live? Are you even listening to me? Because if you're not listening to me and explaining and thinking about this, then you're going to be booted. Like, I'm explaining to you what it is. But you're going off on tangents with my chat, and you're not listening to me. So, are you listening to me, or do I have to boot you? Febreze over my juice? No, Darth Canadius. No. Not your Febreze, not your juice. Yes. Now, shipping it live, are you listening to me? You have one message to, like, listen. Because you are notorious for not actually listening. And, yeah. One more message, shipping it live, to acknowledge that you are listening to me. One more message. But my juice? No, it's okay, Darth Canadius. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about shipping it. Has no... Okay, well, goodbye. Bad faith bastard gets booted forever. Bye. But I wonder if he's still here. And I'm going to give this... I'm going to give this explanation for people again. Because I really like my definition of morality. Like, I think it's very strong. It has very little loopholes and very little, like, weasels things. It's very in things, yeah, right. So, I'm going to give this definition of morality again from the top, right? So, morality is a mind tool, right? Morality is a mind tool. As with any tool, it is there to assist a goal, to make a goal easier to do, to accomplish a goal, and all this sort of stuff, right? And morality is a mind tool for cohabitation, right? It's they're tools that assist in cohabitation as a species, because we both are eusocial, but also have, like, individual experiences that we want to protect, but also at the same time not at the cost of the group. So we kind of have these kind of conflicting goals in our brain. As such, morality is kind of a way to kind of square the circle between those two goals. And so, like any other hammer, asking what, like any other tool, asking what the objective best tool is. Let's say hammer, or saw, whatever, or just tool in general. What is the objectively best tool? No such thing exists, because depending on your goals, depending on your ideas, depending on what you're trying to accomplish, depending on the person, depending on what they can do, depending on this, that, and blah, da, 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 it's entirely stance dependent, right? And morality is similar to that. And I liken it this way, like, when society is like, let's say we're trying to build a house, right? And so the next question people have when it comes to that is like, well, if objective morality exists, how can you differentiate between, you know, what's bad and what's good? And, like, all this sort of stuff, right? And it's pretty fecking simple. Like, it's not that hard to do, right? Because it's based on the goals we share. If we don't share the same goals, we're never going to work together. Like, you can't work with someone that doesn't have the same goals to you. If you're trying to build a house and someone else comes up on the job and they're trying to build, I don't know, a cemetery, well, you're never going to get anywhere, right? He's going to be digging, and you're going to be trying to be building, and they're going to be taking each other down. So the only thing that's going to work out is one of them beats the other person up so they can do their own thing, or they split apart and go with their separate little projects. That's just the nature of conflict, and that's where conflict arises all the time. But if you share the same goals, then it becomes really fucking easy to determine, well, not easy, but it becomes a lot simpler to determine what is right and wrong. And so, like, let's say I come up to a build site trying to build a house, and I have a hammer and all the tools to build stuff, and then another person pops up, having just a rock. I'm gonna look at them really funny and be like, why did you bring a rock? They're like, well, the objective best tool doesn't exist, so I get to do whatever the fuck I want. To which I will tell them, get off my damn site. Get off my damn work site. Because, like, get out. And come back with actual tools. Because we might not have the objective best tool, but there are certainly better tools for a goal than other tools, right? A hammer and a saw and all these things are much better than just a rock. Like, yeah, theoretically you can use a rock to hammer in nails, but you're not going to be able to use that to level out anything or dig well or so on and so forth. So, if you share the same goals, it becomes pretty reasonable and easy to figure out, like, what's that. Also, where the fuck did these zombies come from? So many zombies. We'll use a leveled rock then, and then you get kicked out of my work site. AKA, in, you know, society's level, we do jail. Immediately to jail. Believe it or not, yeah. But yeah, morality is pretty simple. Like, I keep saying simple. That's not the proper word. It's a lot less mystical when you cut through the bullshit. Like, morality isn't something intrinsic to the universe. It's something that we as animals do. Because other animals have that too. See you in the present, Marty. Thanks. Yeah. A lot of us here have religious trauma. That's why I tell you, Koki, this is a safe place. Also, good to see that Yin Yang was a Yin Yang. Like, he was so delusional. It was kind of funny. Oh, I'm sure Rila will laptop. Don't worry. Who's Yin Wang? Person that came into my chat. Fucking moron is what he was. It was hilarious. Okay. They compared me to Hitler. Yeah. No, that was shipping it, not yin yang. Unless that was. Yeah, that was shipping it live. That wasn't yin yang. That was ship. Most disingenuous bastard. I am slowly removing, like, the constant, like, bastards in my chat. Yang was a god energy vegan. Yeah. That was ship, yeah. God, there's so many songs. But why though? Why do I hate myself? Both completely delulu. Oh yeah. Well, shipping it live, you should have seen earlier. They were denying abiogenesis, right? And so they lost that point. They couldn't argue that point any further. So they immediately swapped over to, well, my objective morality, which is really funny because I guarantee you, right, that his like moral system is still grounded in subjective knowledge because it is subjective to God. I guarantee you. I was there from the beninging. In the beninging. Like, that's what a lot of theists don't realize, is they don't have objective morality. That lived in harmony. In the beninging. I guess you could say... Wait, do you guys want to hear my villain origin? Do you guys want to hear my villain song? Do you guys want to hear my villain song? This thing is going to get copyright struck, but like, do you guys want to see my villain song? You want to hear my villain song? I was just thinking about spontaneously catching on fire. Then it made me think of like, if I were to be a villain, what would my theme song be? Be right back. I gotta get a drink, and then I'll play it. If Aqua decided to have a villain arc, he was done with life. He was done with everything, and wanted to burn everything to the ground. This is my theme song. Okay.
I want to set the universe on fire, feel it burn tonight. Set the universe on fire, there's no end in sight. Bring me to the holy raging power, where I find my destiny. The universe on fire, you're my guiding light.
This song is called Universe on Fire, from the album Space 1992, Rise of the Chaos Wizards.
Carrying the breath of fire within the lungs of steel, soaring to light the flame forged by cosmic ordeal, ascending the mighty dragon with metal
Darth Candidates. Last night, Darth Vader came down to planet Vulcan and told me that it didn't take Lorraine out, that he felt my brain. Yeah, we definitely should start a religion for that. This should be the theme song of the religion. This is the first official hymn for Darth Canadius. What's the lore behind this song? It's Fox Hard on the small cutscenes on that music. I wanna set the universe on fire, feel it burn tonight. I think it's just like an original song that has very similar vibes to like Warhammer. Stuck in my head forever. It's a good song. Such a good song. Such a good song. Yeah, it's called Universe on Fire by Gloryhammer. Your zombie kills fit with the music beat? Oh, hell yeah. There's one song I want to play on stream now. I probably shouldn't. But we're going to be playing it regardless. And I need you all to listen to the lyrics of this song very closely. Okay? Are you all ready for this song? None of you are ready for this song, I don't think. I don't think any of you are ready for this song. But I need you all to listen to this song, listen to the lyrics. And especially for us with religious trauma, laugh with it. To the sky, never gonna die. Hallelujah, resurrection. It's coming. resurrect. I rise from down below. God came, God must. So before I turn to dust. Resurrection. Hallelujah! Resurrection! Such a good song. Our new heavy metal musical? Oh, hell yeah. The song's about having sex. Being resurrected by having a boner. That's all this song's about! And the maiden prepare for going wild. The Messiah coming. Guitar child. Yes, that's what the song's about! Did you listen to the song? Resurrection! By erection! Raise your powers to the sky, cause you're never gonna die! Erection! By erection! Oh. Such a fucking good song. Like, wait, I can, like, read you some of, like, the lyrics from this song. Give me a second. Yeah, like, let me give you some lyrics of the song. Resurrection by erection lyrics. So, when purgatory's waiting, the girl immaculate, the highest of commandments dictates to copulate. No grave is animated, you're buried all alone, so let her work her wonder, awake your flesh and bone. Resurrection by erection, raise your phallus to the sky and you're never gonna die. Resurrection by erection. Yeah, sure, I can do that. Wait, I can get really serious with this too. I can give us a real poetic rating. Give me a second. Let me give me the right music for this too. When purgatory's waiting, the girl immaculate, the highest of commandments dictates to copulate. No grave is animated, you're buried all alone, so let her work her wonder, awake your flesh and bone. Resurrection by erection. Raise your phallus to the sky and you're never gonna die. Resurrection by erection. Raise your bone up to the sky and you're never gonna die. Hallelujah, resurrection. The funeral is calling, the mortuary blow. Between my legs I'm waking, arise from down below. Why do you think, believer, God gave you carnal lust? So pray to get a hard on before we turn to dust. Resurrection by erection. Raise your phallus to the sky and you're never gonna die. Resurrection by erection. When you wake up from the dead and the angels give you head. Hallelujah, resurrection. Now I want my resurrection. All I long for, resurrection. All I want is resurrection now. Resurrection, yeah. The devil and the maiden prepare for going wild. The new Messiah calling, the purgatory child. Before my flesh is fading, the virgin has her turn. The third of days we're climbing, the point of no return. Resurrection by erection. Raise your phallus to the sky, and you're never gonna die. Resurrection by erection. Raise your bone up to the sky, and you're never gonna die. Hallelujah, resurrection. What a good time. What a good time. Anyways, I'm sure you all enjoyed. Oh, I have to look at something. Air quality region. Still at 2. Going up to 3 tonight. Might as well do this now. Okay, closing up shop. Might as well. All right. And I'm back. But yeah, that's certainly a song that I enjoy having people be like, what the fuck? That is a cat. That is indeed a cat. His name is Odin. Next to Fancy Catchery, sleeping in a box.
Yeah, that's one of his favorite boxes, isn't it, Odin?
Dude. Aqua, will JWs ever make good music? What are you talking about? They already make good music. Have you not listened to I Am a Cart? It just occurred to me now that no one outside our sphere will know what that is. No one outside other JWs will know what I am referring to. Oh my god. I should play that song for everybody. I will unsubscribe. But it'll be really funny. Opposite color? Oh, yeah. Nice. His name is Odin. He is the god cat. Back, we had a nightmare. Wait, we have alcohol, right? Yeah, but it's wild. True. There's an old punk band called the Vandals that made a Christmas song for their sausage. Oh, hell yeah. I listen to a lot of Sabaton. Oh, my boy's got a beard now. Okay, so this part is kind of dangerous, so maybe we can go down Catkin Road. We'll see. I've been seeing people do the rat race. Actually, I gotta look at this. What are the rules for the rat race? Rat race project. Great Spiffle rat race. Alright, the goals of the challenge. Using the settings provided on an up-to-date Build 42 save, complete 3 extremely difficult objectives. You have to kill 1 million zombies. Have a perfect character, all skills maxed. Clear the outpost list. This includes 12 churches, 1 military facility, and some other criteria. Clear includes providing the location with a good quality bed, sealed entrances, plumbed sink, generator, and 5,000 calories of non-perishable food, and a spare car. Whoa. Okay. The rules of the challenge are somewhat simple. No use of exploits. Some exploits are hard to avoid, but the goal is to avoid as many as possible. Use the listed settings. Mods are all optional, but some are allowed. Stream the entire run. Debug. Needs to be brought to the use in case of a non-player error. Okay. Iron Man, 1 character, 1 life, 1 world. Character creation, any combination of character traits and occupations is welcome. Is not required to be 0 to hero. You can even random if you'd like. Win condition, level 10 on all players, full clear of each 1 million. Okay, there's nothing else. What other... Maybe I should try to do this rat race thing one of these days. That could be fun. You know what? I might attempt to do a rat race. I might attempt to do a rat race. Frat race. No, rat race. It's a Project Zomboid challenge. Sure. I heard other thing. Rap race. Not quite. Your accent is very nice to listen to for a European. Rat race. Sounds as... How long have you been playing this game? 1,000 hours now. Or very close to 1,000 hours. I have 943 hours. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, my accent is Canadian. I don't know. I keep it chill. I'm not an American. My character looks like an Amish guy with the pitchfork, the hat, and the beard. So almost 1,000 hours and you're close to 1,000,000 kills? Not quite. So a rat race is like a specific challenge. This game, like, well, this specific character, it's kind of, I play permadeath, has 300 kills in 6 days. The highest I've gotten with one character is 100,000. It's a very well run. Just going to add to the Amish high scoreboard. Yeah. Is that Max? Is that Max? Thanks. That's a lot? Yeah. With one character, I did 100,000 kills. There's a 2-year-long run with that one. Went down in countryside, we got ourselves a countryside. Do 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 do. Sir, I'm going into this community, whether you like it or not. Good night. What's this? A lot of chests. Is this construction? Oh, this might be the new construction, like the cul-de-sacs. Yeah, this is the new. Oh, yeah, these are nice. I like these. Planks. Oh, they're all planks in here. Surely you guys got some heavy tools here. So quiet here, too. Such a welcome change of pace. Have you heard about our Lord saying, bleh? Yeah. Can't live along without. Hallelujah. 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 Oh, fuck. Pack this up. 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 should be fine. With this build? I'm not sure yet. This is a kind of a very jack-of-all-trades build. This is a very strong build. You take Unoccupied, you take some of like the weakest negative traits, but the strongest, you just take Stout and Athletic with Fast Learner. And yeah, your physical skills are very strong. You just... I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Why is there a Playboy bunny? What the fuck? What the fuck? I really want that outfit. That's a really fucking rare zombie. Like, that's an incredibly rare zombie. No, the hat, the fuck. As weird as your ass kicking outfit, I can. That's. Hell yeah! Woo-hoo-hoo! This is my ass kicking outfit, bitch. Even has a bunny tail! I got it! Yes! How does the tail attach? Sheer force of will. What a cool game, yeah. Oh, fuck. Okay, this is the last zombie that I have to kill. No, that's the last zombie I had to kill. Okay. Alright. A lot. Let's make sure the road is clear back home, so we don't have a lot of unwanted surprises. This is what I mean by unwanted surprises. Ah! you. Thank you. Oh. Yes. Give me a sec. Alright, I think we're gonna end the stream here for now. I have been streaming for 3 hours, almost exactly. We found a bunny suit. We have killed, so far, 300 zombies. And we're kind of opening expansion. The next time we play, and next time you see me, will not be tomorrow. Because I have an
ass schedule
tomorrow. For work. So I need to stay out kind of late tonight. Now, normally I do that streaming, but we'll see. But, yeah. Gonna do that, and then, yeah, so you'll see me maybe, hopefully, Tuesday. Unless, like, I have an ass schedule for that day, too. Hey. We shall see. Alrighty. So for those of you on YouTube, the show is now over. Or for those of you on Twitch, the show may not be over. Let's go find somebody to raid. Okay, nobody there. Oh yeah, we'll raid this guy. He's doing the rat race himself. Alright, well thank you so much for watching the stream. I very much appreciate it. I hope that you all have a fantastic evening. I hope that you stay safe, sleep well, and do not let the big bug bite. And until next time, bye for now.